Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of Mastering Core Java, and today in our lesson number 6 we are going to learn about annotations. We will learn how we can create our own annotation, and also we will see till what point we can return the annotation, that means the retention policy. Okay, and also we will see how we can get the information about the annotation from a method or class. We will see what are single value annotation and predefined annotations. Okay, so let's start. What is annotation actually? So annotation basically is a supplemental information, that is a additional information that you can provide in your source file. Okay, so you may have seen when we are doing overriding, method overriding, there was a annotation like at the rate override. So that's what is doing that. When you are using the same method name, it will tell the next programmer that whatever method they are using is now getting overridden. Okay, so basically it does not change action of the program, it only provides a information to the user. Okay, so let's see how we can create our own annotation. Just right click on it and click on new, and we will select the annotation. Okay, so it will be something like, for example, okay, then just click on finish. Now Eclipse will create our annotation for us, and notice that the annotation comes under the type of interface only. Okay, but the only difference is when you are declaring a annotation, at that time you need to use at. Okay, what it will be like, for example, in an interface it only had the interface keyword, but when you are declaring a annotation, at that time you need to use at the rate along with interface. Okay, now your simple example can be string show. Okay, and another int value. Okay, basically your method inside the annotation. Okay, another thing, annotation can only have methods. Okay, annotation can only have methods, and your annotation can only have a method name, it cannot have a body. Okay, like a interface, the same thing applies here. Okay, so here what I'm doing, I'm using just declaring a name of the annotation. Okay, name of the annotation and a name of the method. Now here I have a sample class. Okay, now I want to add my annotation here, then I can do like this, and then what I can do, one will be your show right equal to something like print something. Okay, and next your value will be 10. Okay, so like this you can actually call your annotation. So basically you cannot provide anything inside the method. Okay, you cannot have a method body, but you can get the return type of the annotation of the method. Okay, inside the annotation there will be method, right? So for that you can only declare the return type like this. So basically it's not doing anything, but what it is doing, it is only providing a additional information. So that is the work of the annotation. So we created our own annotation. Next let's see what is retention policy. Okay, so retention policy means till what point you can have the annotation. Okay, for example, the annotation that we created just now, that we can return till only source. Okay, that means the source file. The next step of retention is till class, that means it will be present in the Java file till the time it is compiled. Okay, all right, and the next step will be, and the next step of retention is runtime. That means your information about the annotation will be present till the runtime, that means it can be obtained during the program is running. Okay, a simple example here, let's say if I write retention and then I put bracket, then retention dot retention policy. Okay, yeah, retention policy dot runtime, then what is saying is that this annotation import. Okay, so this annotation will be present till runtime. Okay, that means when the program is running, we will be able to get the information of the annotation. Now let's declare another annotation so that I can give a better example. Let's say this will be a my another okay. Okay, this is not a class. I need to declare one annotation. It will be something like my another anno. Okay, now inside this I will use something like string display. Okay, string display, and the same thing I will copy from here. It will also be present till the runtime. All right, now what we'll do, we will have annotation over this, and then we will have second annotation my another anno, and then inside this we will put display equals to something like display again. Okay, all right, and then over the class also we can put something like my and my anno. Okay, this will be my anno. I'll just copy it from here. Okay, and this will be from class. All right, so here I have a sample main class, and inside this I'm using a object from the sample class only. Okay, so here we need to declare one class like this. Okay, class C equals to, so class is the super class of all class. Okay, here using this class object we can obtain from which class this object has been instantiated. Okay, that is the a simple use of a class. Now get class. Okay, and this question mark, this is a generic type. This I will explain in our next session, so no need to worry about this for now. So when you get this, I can write something like annotation anno class equals to c dot get annotation. Okay, and my annotation name was my another anno dot class. All right, now I can simply print it out, right? Anno class. Let's run this and check what we get as the output. Okay, so we are getting null here. Okay, so the reason we are getting null is that we used my anno, not my another anno. So let's just change it. So if I write my anno and then run it again, you will see now we will be getting our output. Okay, so see, we are getting our output. So here what I am doing, I am searching the annotation that we have a retention policy till the class, and getting it using the specific annotation name. Okay, now let's see how we can get the information from the method. So for method, what we need to write is that method m equals to c dot get method. Okay, and the name of our method was my math. Okay, and we took some parameters, right? Let's see what the parameters were. So for example, if our method takes two parameter, then we need to write int dot class, and next will be string dot class. Now let's take the annotation. Okay, annotation a, let's say. Okay, I'll give it like this. All right, then I will get all the annotation. Earlier I got the annotation based on the name, right? But here when I write get annotations, it will take all the annotations that are present in the method. Okay, and also you could have done the same with the class. If you would have written get annotations, then it would have taken all the annotation as a array. Okay, now I will simply write annotation a anno, then write print out all the annotations. Okay, so when I run this, I will be getting an output like this. Okay, so the issue was that it's throwing exception because I had not declared the method as public. Now I declared it as public. So if you don't declare it as public, it won't be, this method will not be able to get the information about the method. Okay, so now let's run it and check. See, now it's able to get all the information. The first print is from the class. Okay, the next two is what we sent in the method. Okay, this is the method annotations that we implemented. All right, so another thing, let me quickly tell you. So for example, you don't want to give a value of the annotation at the time of implementation, like here we are giving some value, right? So for that you can actually declare a default value, default. Okay, and here also you can do something like default will be 100. All right, so that is how your default keyword works with annotation. Now let's take another example, that will be your single valued annotation. Okay, so let's create another annotation. It will be my single. Okay, and inside this single valued means when I'm using this my anno, okay, I want to only put a value like 10, for example. So that is how a single value annotation will work. Okay, but for that a rule must be followed, that is whatever method that you are using has to be named as value, has to be named as value. Okay, so after that if I declare the annotation like my single and then pass some value like 15, okay, then now if I run this I should be able to get this annotation as well. Let's see. Okay, we did not give the retention policy, right? That's why, as I said, if the retention policy is not till runtime, then we cannot get the value while running the program. Okay, now let's check it again. Okay, see, now we are getting the value of the single. We did not put any name, right? Like here we are putting the name of the method, show or value or display, but here for single we are not putting. So that is how your single value annotation works, and the rule is your method should be named value. Okay, only this name will work for this kind of uses of annotation. So the last subtopic that is left is that predefined annotation. So you already may be knowing about the override, and also one predefined we are already seen in this lesson itself, that is retention. So likewise there are many other annotation that are predefined in Java that you can use. Okay, so once we start Hibernate and Spring, at that time annotation will be used heavily to get information from a configuration file and get it into the class. Okay, so I hope you understood what is annotation, how you can create your own annotation, and what we mean by the retention policy of annotation. All right, so if you have any doubt regarding any of the topic that is taught today, then feel free to comment down below. We will surely try to clear your doubts, and don't forget to like and share this video with whoever is interested in Java, and do subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you.